Abdullahi Ganduje, the All Progressive National Congress chairman, says the party will accommodate Alhaji Rabiu Kwankwaso, a former governor of Kano State, into his folds if he decides to join. Speaking to newsmen after receiving Alhaji Yusuf Atta, Minister of State, Housing and Urban Development, Ganduje said the APC is deepening and widening democracy in the country. Kwankwaso is a fish out of water, trying to find his way back into the waters. We cannot say we can't accommodate him because a friend in need is a friend indeed. We don't have to leave him completely abandoned. We can still have him in if he wants to join us. When you see your son running to where he would get shelter and you are a big brother in a big home, I think it is morally right to accommodate him. So, we cannot say we cannot accommodate him, Ganduje stressed. Earlier, Atta, who is a former Speaker of the Kano State House of Assembly, said he visited Ganduje to pay his respect and to appreciate him and show support for what President Bola Tinubu-led administration was doing for Kano State. We are strongly behind Tinubu and we are working round the clock to ensure we deliver Kano State in 2027, he said. Speaking on the Kwankwaso movement, Atta said the Kwankwaso red cap era was becoming a thing of the past in the state. He said, for me, I will not want the former Kano State governor to be welcomed into the APC fold, but I have no choice if our national chairman decides to have him on board. Atta said. Gochuku, over to you. What do you make of
Laurentia,
the sarcasm, this statement
the
is
sarcasm, they want him.
With so much sarcasm.
Yeah, of course. They want him. The APC wants, because of this coalition that they don't know if Kwankwaso will join the coalition. Because it's Kwankwaso joins the coalition, you know the vote from Kano State.
And that's the largest state today.
So
that's
now
the
largest vote. And you know that Kwankwaso, whether you like it or yes, he's a political bulldozer in Kano State. You know, and he fights to finish. That is whom Obi has copied to go and form the obedience movement, because Kwankwaso, since I've started hearing of him, the Kwankwaso movement have been there and have been solid, and it spread even its tentacles around the federation. So, having said that, APC is very mindful of where he will pitch his tent for 2027, and it will deeply affect them. But this goes to show us that politics is an interesting game. It's not. That is why I always, blame the suspended governor of Rivers State. He did not play smart. Politics is not a personal enmity. It's not about a personal vendetta. It's where you know your interest will be accommodated. You go there. After all, look at somebody like Ifeanyi Okowa, that have been a founding member of PDP, a senator, a two-time governor, and a privileged person to vie as the candidate of the vice presidential candidate of the party 2023, has left the ship. So who is somebody who is even a novice in politics? Look at Kwankwaso has even gone around PDP, APC, NMPP, bringing NMPP to life from nowhere and making it a national name. So for me, I don't need to say much about it, but all I know is that they are trying to throw, they want to use the stick and carrot approach. They vilify him. They also need him just to make him, feel that we don't want you. At the same time, we want you. If you go through the rhetorics who have been reading about those who want Kwankwaso from the APC, sometimes they say we don't even need him at all, just to tempt him and to say him, oh, Oga, we need you, but your influence, we don't need you because you wield a lot of influence and all that. But at the end of the day, the truth is that APC needs him because, Laurentia, let me just play this last picture. They have sat down and looked at the coalition. I think one day we'll make our time to look at this coalition. Once El-Rufai has left the ship of APC, it has sent G3 into the... And when 2026 comes, with the politics that Bola Tinubu and Ganduje is playing about the Emirship Tussle...
We'll still come to the coalition.
Emirship Tussle. in Kano State, you definitely know where the allegiance of Sanusi, Muhammad Sanusi, lies. When the doors of campaign is thrown open, he will definitely pinch tent with wherever Nasir El-Rufai is,
okay.
because El-Rufai has been his bosom friend.
I don't also want us to move from Labour APC
yes.
to coalition. Let's just focus.
No, why I'm saying that APC is also monitoring, because whoever gets the mind of Kwankwaso is also pulling the mind of Sanusi when the time comes, having called him back to become the emir. And also Sanusi now, his allegiance will be divided where
we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Let's not preempt the conversation. George, what do you make of this story? Genuinely, as this story was, as I was reading the story, I was just thinking to myself, Labour Party that we just discussed, like Labour Party is losing out a lot of opportunity to woo, chieftains like this into their fold. Because the only party right now with the balkanization in PDP, the only party that would have stood as a formidable opposition would have been Labour Party.
Yes.
If they had gotten their acts together, probably the likes of Kwankwaso naturally would see, because they will welcome and my thoughts. What do you think, George?
Well, I have to say this, that Kwankwaso is not a small name politically in Nigeria. Yes. If you follow his political trajectory, you know that he has actually established a whole lot. He has his tentacles well pinned to the ground politically. So that makes him a very strong political force that every political party will want to woo like a beautiful bride. If you read through what the Ganduje and the former speaker for Kano State House of Assembly is saying, they are not trying to make it look like APC is actually begging for anybody to come, but on the other way, they want the best to come, because the fight in 2027 will not be that easy, given the fact that there is a coalition being built somewhere to upstage the APC. So the APC will look for every opportunity to woo everybody that is important, that will help them to garner the vote. More so, we are talking about Kano, the state that has the largest voting population. With such a man, Kwankwaso movement, the party that is in power in that state today was largely unknown. It was based on his disagreement with APC that Kwankwaso left and joined the NPP, party. And today, that party produced the governorship of that state, produced assembly members. In fact, the entire government structure of Kano State is run by that party. He also contested the presidential election, even though he lost that, but you could see the wave he made. So such a man is not a man you dismiss with the wave of the hand politically. He has this clout, he has everything going for him. So I'm sure at the right time, the APC will definitely reach out to him, because if they allow him to join the opposition, it's a very big minus for the APC. If he joins the coalition, that means he has made the coalition more stronger by coming. This is a man that can boast of over 2 million votes from Kano State.
Of course.
Over 2 million votes. His tentacle may not have spread across the entire length and breadth of the country.
But where his
home base, Kano State, and they know in this country, votes counts. What do I mean by that? As in every thumb makes sense in an election.
Of course.
So if you can garner 2 million votes from a particular state, that would have counseled like 3 to 4 states down south
put together.
So I don't think that the APC, their political strategists, will want to go to bed and sleep and allow the coalition to poach Kwankwaso. So what you see here now is just like testing the waters.
Baiting.
Trying to preempt certain things. Those who are working behind the scenes are working behind the scenes. They are letting you know that if he eventually comes back, and the house is big enough to accommodate him, so that even his supporters will see that, okay, if we go here, there's room for us and things like that. But I'm sure they are working. High-powered delegation, maybe behind
negotiations
the scenes. There's negotiation taking place on what will be theirs and all that. It could be, okay, go on with your party will still be there for governorship in Kano State. but we need the presidential vote to be able to re-elect the president. So those are some of the things that will be on the table that you and I will not be privy to until it is finalized and becomes something for media to talk about.